temperatures have gone from the 60s and 70s, and now we're in the mid 80s. You can see the grasses are drying out. The weeds are starting to die back. I don't bother pulling weeds and all that because they'll get mulched later. A lot of this is various, we've got Kodiak mustard in there, we've got Daikon radish, like all the dandelions and that. Those will just get mulched down. Not worried about any of it. They hold moisture, so when we drop them, they'll get wood chips put on them, so it'll kill all the weed, the seeds, and we'll end up with that extra moisture in the ground. These beds are going to get thickened up. But with that burst in temperature, we're already dealing with plants having an issue. These are a couple of new blueberries. They're not too happy. We just planted them and probably got them in too late. But such is life. I'm going to sit down here. I'm still dealing with knee pain, and it's still healing up. But as you can see, things are greening up. Various trees, a lot of fruit trees. The loquats are just loving it. But you can see all these trees are starting to really grow out. The birds are coming in. You can see one over on the fence there. See if I can zoom in on him. He's right over the top of that tree, right there. Just standing there staring at me. Anyway, but as the weeds die back, we'll be mulching on top of them. So it saves a lot of time just to let them do their cycle. Won't hurt anything. Everything's starting to really fill out. This lemon tree has doubled in size this year. The grapefruit over there, which still has one grapefruit on it, is just blowing up, which is awesome. I want to get a bunch of grapefruit next year. I still have snow on the mountains in the distance. See them over there. But my friend finally arrived just in time to help me out with my property now that I'm out of commission for a few days. And with my elbow, I'll be out of commission longer than that. If you're seeing this, it's all the butterflies blowing through here. More painted ladies coming through. Lots and lots of them. It's amazing how fast a butterfly can move. But there's hundreds of them going across the property right now. It's nice. So this area will be getting a new layer of mulch, and we're going to get started on that shade house this week. We've got to get all the wood chips and manure moved up here, get that up to grade, which is setting grade is when you set fixed points and then bring the soil level up or down accordingly. So we're going to be setting grade on that to bring that fence line up square from where it slopes down to the property. And then we'll be putting a gate in over here because we're going to access that, and that's going to be the moringa grow. And that ties into the new properties, which I'll be talking about in another video. It was just a nice day in the food forest. Just in a lot of pain, so I decided to come out here and get some sunshine. Enjoy the birds singing. And watch things grow. This is one of the benches our neighbors gave us. He used to work for the parks department, and he picked up several of these when they were getting rid of them. Metal benches with plastic covering. They're nice, really comfortable. Got two of them, one here and one down below. But today is about just relaxing and decompressing a little. Still got pumpkins in the garden. That one's composting down. The bugs are enjoying it. We got a couple more over there. You can see one kind of in the bushes there, hiding. There's a couple over there though. It's gonna be a nice day. It's about noon right now. I got a grasshopper. You saw one land over here. Yep, there he goes. As the temperature comes up, those little guys come out. Logan's hiding up in the corner there, relaxing. Right, Logie? But we're going to be mulching all this, getting this up to grade, grading out the grotto, and lots of plans in the works. And lots of things going to be happening over the next, continually for the next 4 years, or 3.5 years now. But the moringa is loving this. It's blowing up now. This one had nothing on it just a few days ago. It was just little, it looked like these spots. And now it's got green popping out everywhere. All over it. That thing is going to become massive quickly, which is what I want. Look at that grapefruit. Look at how gorgeous that thing looks. And then there's one of the actual fruit hiding under there. Everything's still coming out of hibernation. It's getting growing. Figs are doing beautiful. These are some cuttings I took. You can see that one. There we go. These are cuttings from this fig, which got nailed by gophers. They pretty much decimated its root system. I'm hoping it'll come back. Still got some roots, but these are alive, but up top, it's got bad splitting, and the trunk's splitting out down below, around there. These are still a little flexible, but I figure that's all going to get ended up cutting back. Probably ended up cutting it right about there, if anything. But onions are doing well. Lots and lots of onions, and garlic's coming in. There's another fig, another cutting. But the stone fruit is just loving this weather. There's my black malanga. It's got a bunch of new pops coming in. Just surrounded by them. There's at least 5, maybe 6 already popped up. Got other things popping up. Right in the center there, I don't know what that is yet. But it's beautiful new growth. That loquat's just, and look at those massive leaves on that thing. It's just doing awesome. Yeah. These are some guava cuttings I took. I'm hoping they'll still make it. Hoping they root out. You never know. They sat in the soil, so hopefully we get something. some of the rosemary that was just a little tiny piece. There's a volunteer. That'll become edibles. There's that New Zealand spinach that came back. It's just growing like a weed. More rosemary. This is the new path. It's going to go up and along here. That'll become a new terrace, and then below it there'll be another small one down here somewhere, probably behind the grapes. I'll probably come in right here and put in a second one. But moving slow. Here's some of the grapes. These are table grapes, 3 different varieties. Potatoes are going crazy. I think I could start picking some. I'm gonna go over here. A bunch of the dragon fruit died back. First of all, I didn't let them dry out well enough before putting them in the ground, but I've got a ton of them, so I'm not really worried about that. But these are all potatoes going through here. That is, I believe that is my horseradish. I believe that's where I transplanted a piece of the horseradish. But we've got some dying back. We've got others just going crazy. And the dogs keep walking through here, but I'm not worried about it. So, figure we'll have at least some baby potatoes in here. But as you go up higher, there's more. They're doing great. These were all just free potatoes I picked up from the stand. There's another fig. It's looking awesome. We got a few from a friend. Jason and Malik, they hooked us up with some. They also hooked us up with these wild citrus that are loving the weather here. That's one of them. And oh, look at this baby. This is happy land right here. Look at this. Hiding amongst them. See the little peach? And then that's the small one, and where's the big one? The big one is hiding in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's the big one. Yeah, so looks like we're gonna have a couple of peaches. Very happy about that. Myers lemon. This is the one I'm gonna graft to. There's more potatoes I threw in here. This is a stand of palms that are volunteers, so I'm just gonna let them grow out. Later I'll dig them up. Stuff is blowing around the yard. And then the puppy picks it up and drags it everywhere because it's fun. There's another fig. I'm going to probably cut that one back and let it spud out below later. Edible. Still can't think of the name. I've got it written down somewhere. This is the desert. No, this is the beauty plum. Making this the desert delight. This thing was our early butter. It started popping shoots well before anything else. It's a Dave Wilson nursery stock. Just gorgeous. It was just a bare root, same as that one. Put in a bunch of bare roots this fall, or this spring. More garlic, or onions, I mean. There's some kale coming up. That's the dinosaur kale. I'm not positive what this one is. I don't think it's the goji berry. But, oh, here's the fuyu persimmon. This is the one that's just absolutely phenomenal. Eat it like candy. The other one, the American, isn't so hot. It's more of a teardrop. These ones are the flat ones. Oh, look at those blooms. Just gorgeous. Lots of blooms coming in. When they start fruiting, I'll pick some off make sure they do well and we get a few at least. I don't want to overproduce or extend the tree itself. Like one of the guavas took some frost burn, tipped it back a little, but it's just mulch. But it's budding out everywhere, so you look, it's got all kinds of just gorgeous buds coming in all over the place. So this thing's going to thicken up really nice. Looks like I was checking it out. I set a couple more traps. These are gopher hawks. They're awesome. If you have gophers, moles, voles, they work well. But we had some fresh dirt here, so I don't know if it's gophers or if the dogs just happen to, like the puppy had happened to be digging in one of the holes, old ones. But I dropped these in yesterday, so I guess we'll see. They're really easy to set. It takes you, after you find the hole, it takes you about 30 seconds, and you use a probe to find the hole even. So here is my mango. This is the rootstock, and then there is the gold nugget part. It's not looking so hot right now. I'm hoping it'll pick up here shortly. There's another one of the wild citrus that our friends gave us. And there's another little one hiding behind that weed right there. And then this is one of the Mexican legume trees. The seeds are supposed to be nice and edible. I believe that is, is that our plum? Let me walk over here. Ouch. This knee is really hurting. Not as bad as yesterday, but this is the cotton candy apium, actually. Love the colors. That new growth. But this thing's doing nice. We're hitting 85, and this thing is just handling it beautifully. The old stuff's dying back, new stuff coming in. And there's one of the chayas just starting to come out of its hibernation, it looks like. And let's go the other way. More moringa hiding in there. All these weeds and that are great. This is all this Daikon radish. Great weed block. But there's other weeds in there I'm not worried about, and there's also a variety of grasses. So they'll all just be mulch when it's said and done with. There's no sense in weeding when you're going to cover it up. This is our pineapple guava, one of them. It got hit really hard by the frost. Hoping it comes back. The rootstock looks pretty good, and the trunk, so it should. One of our little peaches, this dwarf, a true dwarf. It only gets up to maybe 6 or 8 feet. There's one of our tobacco plants, wild tobacco, popping up. Invasive species, they say, but I mulch with them. They're awesome, and they create great shade. They look awesome, and they're medicinal. So one of our little black bamboos that I picked up a piece of. It might make it, it might not. Our golden silverberry, it's gorgeous. Just beautiful variegated on that thing. All this dusty look is all new growth. That's how it comes in, and then when it gets nice and full, it becomes these beautiful shiny leaves. So it's kind of speckled in that when it starts out. You think it's sick or something, but it's like that's it just blowing up. It's pretty crazy. More moringa. The weeds are taller than the moringa right now. This is one of our ash trees. It is, I think I'm going to top this one so that it'll thicken up more. I don't like the straggly look. Same as that one. It needs to be topped a little bit. Just take that one just needs to be tipped, because I think it'll fill in on the sides there then. Okay. Oh, that was another guava there. More dinosaur kale, next to the strawberries, next to a loquat, next to more strawberries, and next to flowers. All the flowers are volunteers from others. We just keep letting them roll. A bunch of them we're going to transplant to other areas. I love them. This whole patch is flowers. I'm going to pull up a bunch of them and probably put them in the front yard. And then we'll just let them grow back here also. Great pollinators. Here is a Lacotte apium. So it's looking nice. There's our strawberry guava. That stick right there. That was our big seed producer for the year on the moringa. I did a hard cut back on it. Like hard cut, took that second stalk off. It was leaned way over. So I'm going to probably keep this thing really cut back to thicken up that trunk. And I want to make sure that we end up with a nice thick set there. And this is another Chea. It's not liking this much down here. It got hit pretty hard and it's been unstable. More horseradish, onions, more onions. I think these are some of my walking onions, Egyptian walking. I got from a friend up north. There's the gorgeous artichokes. Look at that thing. It's absolutely freaking huge. Look at this space underneath. Look at those. Those are 6-8 inches across. And this is our beautiful little almond tree that is, look at this. Look at that almond right there. You are getting eaten, little almond. Just keep growing. Lots of them. This thing is just loaded. The roots, I need to keep piling up around this thing. This is going to be a mounded unit because this whole area is going to get raised a little bit. But this one has roots that go out like way over here and it comes way over there. And they wanted to get rid of it because it was so, no one had bought it and it was so dug in. So we just yanked it out of the ground and went from there. Oh, look at that. We got another bell pepper coming in. Awesome. So I kicked a few of them down the other day. Hopefully they'll seed or something. That's the old tomato. I want to see if it takes off again. I got to do another cut back on it. But this is the mulberry. That's the Pakistani grafted in the center. The graft is right there. And then this is the other fruiting part of it. But that graft is just doing amazing. I love this 3-branch thing. It's like even branches each way. And then the center coming up. But you want to see loaded. Look at these. These are just everywhere. Just dozens and dozens of them. Got to volunteer something there. Could be one of the many things I've planted. Got more strawberries. Here's some comfrey. There's another moringa. There's a blueberry that's actually making it. I'm not sure if that thing's going to make it. I think that was a jackfruit. Cranberry hibiscus. I saw life starting on it the other day. In fact, right there. See if I can get it in focus. Right here. It's a little tiny. See if I can get. There we go. See that little tiny purple thing right in the center. Oops. There we go. That purple thing. That's it budding out. Oh, and there's another one right on top. So that's awesome. I did a really hard cut back on this thing. That was 1 year growth, and it was 8 feet across. It was massive. And I want a nice thick bush here and all that, but it kind of took over. Ooh, look at that strawberry. Now we're talking. There's another one coming in over there, but look at that big boy. There's several more right here. So we're getting strawberries this year, which is nice. Sorghum, holding on. And you can see I didn't cut them out, and we're getting sorghum at the bottom. So, and that's another kale, I believe, right there. And these onions are seeding out. Ooh, look at this one. It's getting ready to... Look at that. How's that for cool? We have sugar cane, various little sugar canes popping up all along here. There's some of the bigger ones. Got peas and beans here. A bunch of them. And here's more sugar cane coming up. This is our big patch. Got some more scattered in here. And then I've got a bunch along here, along with more beans, peas. These are the bush style, so they can climb on each other. And then my garlic. Oh, I was happy to see. Let me get over here. Ouch. I was happy to see this little guy. Oh, I don't know if you can see that little single strand plant right there by itself. There it is, right in the center. That is a garlic seed finally sprouted. And I think there's a few more over there that are popping up and that. So the garlic seeds, these are music garlic. The big ones are ones I did from the clove, but the others are from seed. And then here is, this is another avocado because that one didn't make it. Ouch. There's our pomegranate, looking fantastic. This is a wonderful. That's the variety. A little prickly. Take a bunch of cuttings from this, and they're going to go all across the back of the property. Well, my phone seemed to have died, or it stopped filming. It's kind of hot out here, so it could have overheated. But there's still lots left to show you. But I didn't realize that it stopped filming, and there's my beautiful artichokes. So I'm going to actually save it for another day and go in and rest my leg.